LSU. The Tigers in Baton Rouge, man. The Bengal Tiger is where you want to go for all your LSU intel. Again, that's the LSU On 3 site. I'll say it one more time, and then you won't hear me say it again for the rest of the show. JD1, $1 for your first month. I'll leave it at that. LSU faithful, about to be a big year in Baton Rouge. Make sure you're subscribed right here to the On 3 YouTube channel. Want y'all a part of this. Want y'all a part of this college football sicko community. Don't want you to miss a minute of it. So subscribe right here so you stay up with all things college football and about your Tigers here moving forward. They lost 2 first-round picks at wide receiver. And, oh, yeah, Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback and Jaden Daniels. But even with that being the case, there is a lot of excitement, a lot of optimism right now offensively. At the wide receiver position, man, hearing nothing but good things about Kyren Lacy. This is a guy that waited his turn behind a Malik Neighbors, behind a Brian Thomas, comes back for yet another year in Baton Rouge, and the report right now is that he is the most polished, most elite wide receiver they have right now on that roster. Surprise, surprise, LSU's got another good wide receiver. C.J. Daniels, the transfer from Liberty, he's a guy we've talked about a lot on this show for the better part of the last few months. We kept saying, man, like, hey, I know he played at Liberty. I know he wasn't always playing on the games where Herb Street and Fowler were calling it, but this is a dude now that was very productive. He has translated well so far in his time in Baton Rouge. He was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. So Garrett Nussmeier, man, the gumbo gunslinger, going to have some options when it comes to throwing the football. Kamarian Pimpton, is a chess piece for them at tight end. Young buck, 6'6", 242 pounds. The buzz right now is that LSU is still going to want to go with that 12 personnel. All that means is they want to have more than one tight end on the field at a time. Kamarian Pimpton, a guy that you can split out in the slot. You can put his hand in the dirt next to Mason Taylor. Like, he's a guy now that is going to factor into this offense and be a mismatch for you, especially in the red zone. Still young, still getting his leg under him, but they're excited about the way he's trending. I think the offense wants to be really multiple. Garrett Nussmeier talked to us about this at SEC Media Days. The flavor of the offense will be very similar to what they were a season ago. However, it's a new person calling plays. There's some new schematic elements to this thing. I think they want to be multiple in who they get the football to. They feel like they're very deep in that running back room, I believe. I think they feel really great about their pass catchers. Like LSU offensively, Garrett Nussmeier's the guy you're watching. He's still, progressing throughout fall camp. You want to clean up the interceptions, but the obvious talent is there. They're going to be in good shape, is LSU. Make no mistake about it. Offensively, they will once again have the potential to be a juggernaut in that conference. Garrett Nussmeier, again, stay tuned here. We're going to give you more information as we get more practice intel from the scrimmages. Bottom line, sounds like he's, progressing as you go on throughout fall camp, as I already mentioned. Now, speaking of progressing, the defense is who everyone's going to be questioning throughout fall camp into the first few games of the season, especially that first game against USC in Las Vegas. Like, that is the end-all, be-all for LSU fans. What are we doing on defense? You got Bo Davis there now yelling on the defensive line, which I love, quite frankly. That's a tremendous temperature setter for you competitively as a team. You got Blake Baker over from Missouri turning up the heat. 8% sack rate last year at Missouri, one of the best in the country. LSU will have the same kind of attitude. They're going to try and get after you. While there's questions around the personnel, I would say, and I said the same thing about USC, the difference of a new voice in the room, like a Blake Baker, like a Bo Davis. They cleaned house defensively. To have new voices in the room to instill confidence and, in a perfect world, put different positions in a better position to be successful, different players in a better position to be successful, that matters. I'm going to wait until we get some more scrimmage intel on LSU to say anything too definitively about the defense. Now, Matthew Brunet, from Bengal Tiger, has written over at the Bengal Tiger on all3.com that he feels better about the cornerback position from a season ago. Doesn't say he loves it. He says, I feel better about it. And so I think that is, cause for optimism in the secondary. We'll see. Scrimmage intel is really what I'm waiting on if I'm an LSU fan. But fall camp is here, baby. It's rolling, all right? Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.